Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to Freestyle Fridays. Yep, that's what it is today. God knows how long we'll be on this thing. So I'm just coming on here to see what it is that Spirit wants to talk about, what questions you may have, and a few things a few downloads that I received. May pull a card or two. No, I probably just one and ended that way. What's happening, everybody on Instagram, riding on in? So glad that you are here. I'm looking for a few folks over on YouTube. What's up, Roxy? How are you? So glad that you're in here. El Bell, hey. Glad that y'all can join me today on this interesting Friday. Today is March 3rd. Yep. And it's about 1 p.m., almost coming up on 1 p.m. on the Pacific side of life. Everybody on Instagram, this is the last live that I'm going to do over here. So I encourage you to come on over to YouTube if you can. I'm going to give you a chance to slide over there before I really begin. As Sonia Marie's Word Life Astrology page. All right. You can access it by going to my bio or just go to YouTube and search Sonia Marie's Word Life Astrology. Excuse me, Miss J said, Miss Lady J, forgive me. Thank God it's Friday. Friday. You're so cute. Thank you. Please get your questions ready. This Fridays are reserved for that for sure. On Mondays, I'm really well prepped and kind of on a mission to give y'all the information, the astrological rundown of what's happening for the week. And oftentimes I don't have space nor the energy for that matter to really answer questions and to dive deep. But today is the day. Fridays, I thought I would set aside that day to open up to you as a community to see exactly what's on your heart, what's on your mind. You dig what I'm saying? If you're new to my YouTube channel, please subscribe. If this resonates with you, this information hits you in some way, shape, or form, at the very least, press a little thumbs up, please, and give me a like if it feels good, or share it. Also, if you want to support me monetarily, you can also go to my PayPal, my Venmo, or my Cash app that's listed in the description box below. I have a few announcements that I'd like to make, and then we're going to get started. You know, we're starting this Village Hut. I've been pumping it. On Tuesday, it's not too late to sign up if you'd like to. Please go to my website or the link below here on YouTube. You can go to the link in my bio on Instagram if you like. It's an eight-week course in which we are going to move really quickly, learning the basic structure of how to read Western astrology natal charts. For the first 2 weeks, though, I'm going to do my best to assist in helping people to get their area connected and refreshed. The real reason why I do what I do, I'm sure most of you already know, is so we can be better, right? So this journey can be a little bit lighter. So the people and the situations that are around us can really reflect our highest good. So that is the real reason why for the first 2 weeks in the Village Hut, we work on chakras, we work on energy portals, we work on ways in which we can create a ritual and a discipline to continuously keep our area free as much as we can of disturbances and emotional clutter and a whole bunch of other things, right? So we can be clear to see the messages of astrology, so we can be clear to hear the messages from our ancestors. It's not just one thing to read charts. That's a awesome cerebral activity to read the charts, to put together the information. But if you're not intuiting what you need or your client or whoever you're reading at the time properly, then you can misread the information that's being taught to you and how to read in the Western astrology natal chart. You dig what I'm saying? So I like to be as thorough as possible in that way. And if you'd like to join us on this 8-week journey, please, again, go to my website at wordlifeastrology.com /Village Hut. and sign up. I'd really, really appreciate that. Okay. And then also, I'm good, Roxy. How you doing? And then also, one more announcement, and then we'll get on into the messages that I received and want to share with you and your questions. There's one spot available for the retreat. One person dropped out, and I'm so sorry to see her go. I really, really am, because I was looking forward to having a good time with her, and we've been going back and forth for the last couple of years here on social, and I really wanted to have that quality time. So much love to her. She'll go nameless, but in this moment in time. However, the case, there is a spot that's available. So if you've been on the fence and you want to go to Costa Rica with us from July 24th until July 29th of this year, and you just came up on some money and you want to, like, honestly connect with some really, really strong, sweet, caring, community-based people, come to the retreat. Come to the retreat. We have some awesome workshops that we are putting together. We have some awesome excursions that we are going to participate in. There's some great food. It's going to be on the top of this mountain and not too far from the San Jose airport. And we're just going to have a really good time. But here's the understanding. It's not a vacation. It's a retreat. It's a retreat, and we go deep real, real fast and fall in love even faster. So if you'd like to join us, please, please, please hit me up, grab that spot. It's and you can do so by going to my website, okay? wordlifeastrology.com. I'd love to have you over there. Hello to all the people on Instagram coming in and out. I appreciate you being here. This is the last time I am going to go live, though, on Instagram alongside this YouTube joint. So if you can, come on over to YouTube at Sonia Marie's Word Life Astrology page. Who's the last one that's going to take that spot? That's what I want to know. Keena, you trying to come to the retreat? I would love to meet you, Scorpio. For real and very, very for real. I am really, really, okay. All these texts coming through. I'm excited about it. Like, so much so that I have been planning way early and getting everything together. And it's like, it's really, really, I'm head over heels about it, although I'm not showing it right now. I'm a little tired today, y'all, but I'm here. I am here. Hello, D's Delectable. I hope that spot is yours too, sweetie pie. Come on through. Come on through. Again, hit us up. If you have any particular questions, you can always email us at wordlifeastrologybusiness, wordlifeastrologybusiness@gmail. So my assistant and I can assist you. Okay? I'd appreciate that. El Bell's going to Costa Rica. Come on through. You know, El Bell, we have a good time. All right, y'all. Please get your questions ready. Any questions that you may have, I don't mind answering them as long as I have the answer. But when you do, please put some question marks in front of the sentence so I can easily recognize that it's a question. And then we'll take it from there. What I wanted to talk about today, I was really, really kind of blank on what to share with y'all today. And Spirit said, we'll talk about stretching. And I said, okay. So here comes all this information as I hear the word stretch. Backing up real quick. Have y'all ever, who has ever taken yoga, a yoga class, or just gotten on the floor and kind of stretch, taking your time to kind of get out the kinks? By raising hands is cool, or yes, y'all, that's cool too. The real moment that I'm going to is when we stretched oftentimes, or when we stretch and we feel that pull in our muscle. And it's almost like on a borderline of pain and feel good. I heard that's exactly what we're going through right now. I heard this, the stretch. It's a physical thing. It's a straight physical thing. Now, listen, we talked about how, like, It was time to prepare and get our ducks in order. It was time for the information to find us, especially as Mars is in Gemini, right? And phasing out. And by the way, it's about to go into Cancer. So all you water signs, get ready to get moving. That's for sure. Especially Cancers and Pisces and Scorpio will get some on them too. But the bottom line is that this Mars in Gemini has had us in a space for the last 6 months or so, 6 or 7 months. And trust, Mars does not stay in that sign or in a sign for that long. Trust me when I tell you, never, ever, 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 like not near, never. So there's a reason, of course, behind everything that the universe throws at us, right? But it has enabled us to prepare, to get things going, to negotiate, to communicate to ourselves, to other people, to recognize exactly what it is that we need to do in order to go forward, in order to facilitate this change that's happening, right? But as we go and as we grow, we're being asked to stretch, especially around about this time. And what that pain is in the muscle, the proverbial muscle, that anagoric muscle, is that pain is eventually going to lead to a feel good, is eventually going to lead to an evolution, is eventually going to lead to an elongation of who you are and what you're able to take care of, what you're able to handle, what you're able to body, what you're able to hold. Again, what I mean by that is that sometimes when we get into those deep stretches in yoga, sometimes when we get into those meditative spaces within our physical body, the things that we do versus what we can do, we'll overthink a situation, or we'll be in our mind about a situation and go, I can't do X, Y, and Z because of ABC. I can't go over here because I don't have enough equipment. I have my certification, but I haven't. And I was talking to a client about this today, even though it was her story, it's absolutely a universal thing, as Spirit was telling me. Like, people are having a hard time stretching and feeling that supposed pain that's actually the oxygen going in that muscle, giving it the stretch and the life and the evolution to do the things, to see ourselves on the other side of something. Does that make sense? I don't want us to talk ourselves out of it, out of the new task, out of where we need to be, out of a new relationship, out of a new job, out of a new place to live, a new place to go. And it's absolutely new, and it's probably something that you've never done before. And we're stretching in this pain and we get scared. It almost feels like a fucking Charlie horse. Like we want to wrap our muscle up real quick and be like, nah, I'm only playing. And you want to pull back because you get afraid of the pain that actually is a release. When you're in yoga and you feel that pain and you breathe into that thing, all of a sudden, miraculously, oxygen is brought to those cells in that muscle, and it starts to stretch, and it starts to release, and it starts to get bigger. And before that exhale can come, you are a bigger, stronger, better person. You are a lot stronger in your muscles. You can actually go a little bit deeper. Does that make sense? Does that apply to anybody here, or am I just rambling for the sake of just fucking rambling? I need to know if y'all around. Are y'all here? Yes, y'all. Did I hit a nerve? And if I did not, you can say that as well. Because here's the other part of it. Sometimes people will get on here, and I've heard this said to my face, like, all of that information doesn't apply to me. Oh, that's cool. It's not supposed to apply to you all the time, 100%, because you're not me. I'm not you. You're not L Bell. L Bell's not you. You're not freaking Robin. Robin is not you. What's up, Robin? You're not this person. You understand what I'm saying? But the bottom line is that why not get the information? Because if it doesn't apply to you, it applies to somebody else that's around you. And you can better assist them if you know about a possible need to stretch or emote or whatever the situation is on deck, that you can help them through in that moment. You get what I'm saying? In our stretching, we need to know that we are all stretching for not only ourselves, but for everybody else. Because as I stretch, so do you. As I get bigger and better, so do you. As I get more courageous, so do you. Because my stretch, my pliability, and showing up the next day and going, look, I lived through it, hopefully enables you, hopefully encourages you. So even though this may not deal with you directly, it deals with the person next to them. So next to you, so cheer them on. Be the yoga teacher for them. 111, y'all. Be the yoga teacher for them and allow them to breathe. Encourage them to breathe. And please do yourself a favor. Please do yourself a favor. When we encourage people, try not to listen to the committee. The committee, in my opinion, and I always say this, is your aunties and them, your uncles, your family, and not to say that they are bad people or they raised you wrong. Please don't take what I'm saying and insinuate something different if it doesn't come out my mouth, okay? But what I'm saying is this, is that sometimes the committee can lead us astray if it's not what our spirit wants to do. And the committee always, in my opinion, responds from fear and protection. The need to protect, but it sounds like fear. Does this make sense? When we assist in people through that, assist from the heart, assist in ways in which you never thought that you would assist in. When they actually say, I need $100,000, and you go, God damn, I have $100,000 precisely saved up. I'm not suggesting that you give away your savings. I'm saying that maybe, possibly, you are a blessing to somebody, and you can give them $20,000 and go, let me set you off on the road because I believe in you. You can help people stretch. You can help people breathe into that muscle. Because too often we talk ourselves out of situations that make us better. Too often. Why? Because we don't see what's on the other side of that wall. And although this may sound redundant, and I've said this a bunch of times, we have to remind ourselves on a daily basis, it's a new season. And the things that helped you to get through the things that was difficult before are not going to help you this time around. You understand what I'm saying? You talking shit or having a powwow with your best friend and I'm just giving examples, right? And being petty, right? But somehow that pettiness and that gossip energy and that need to just take the attention, because that's what pettiness is about, right? And gossip is about, is the need to take the attention off of you and put it on somebody else real quick so you don't feel bad about doing the shit that you're doing. You get that? It's irresponsible. But that may have helped you in the past, right? Get through some hard times. That shit ain't helping no more. That shit ain't helping anymore. You can't just use idle time and use idle oxygen to expect you to stretch through a thing. Not no more. We're stretching differently now. We got to go deep down in the belly and get it through for us, so we can be strong and courageous for us. Does that make sense? Are y'all hearing me? That's good, Bell. I'm glad you hear it. Roxy, you here? All right. Nikki, you here? There's a question. I saw the big old exclamation mark and question mark. Can we touch on Jupiter and Venus skittles? They are awesome. What in particular, Bell, would you like to touch on? The conjunction that happened recently? There's a conjunction, I believe, that she's speaking of, y'all, of Venus and Jupiter. Sure, we can absolutely do that. I wish I had my my iPad because I want to see all the situations, because I like to answer it completely. You know what? Y'all give me a quick minute. Bell got me working. 1 second. The reason why I went to go get my iPad, I want to see specifically what's happening with Jupiter and Venus. We do know, as Bell mentioned, that they're in conjunction. Jupiter is in Aries, and so is Venus. And that's a conjunction when two planets are in the same sign, especially when they're within 5 degrees, sometimes 10 degrees within one another. Okay, if you're in the village hut, you'll learn these things. Sign up, get that spot. Okay, but what I'd like to see right now, since the sister has me working the sky now, here we go. In this thing is what else is surrounding Jupiter and Venus, okay? So, Bell, yes, let's talk about that. Jupiter has to deal with opportunities, awards, rewards. Jupiter is Sagittarius's planet, so it has to do with standards as well, and morals and religious doctrines as well. The things that you stand on in order to make you better, in order to make you evolve. You know, opportunities do that. Optimism does that. Blessings that come out of nowhere does that. This is energy that's being given to us in an Aries kind of way. That means quick, fast, industrious, independent, like, you know, a little self-centered in its own way, like you want the Skittles all for yourself. But here's the conjunction. Jupiter, that energy I just explained, connect. Venus has to do with love and beauty, and money and value and self-worth. Venus has to do with passion and desire. When they hook up, it's almost like a nice little making love session. It's almost like, now here's the deal. When they come together, it's like a double stuffed Oreo. You dig what I'm saying? One energy is applying itself on top of the other to make the event, the situation that much bigger. So if Pluto is Jupiter is bringing in all this bling, all of these rewards, all of these Skittles, all these good feelings, these opportunities, new morals and standards that you want to fall into. Venus is saying, yes, please come together with that. So possibly maybe we can make some money. So possibly maybe we can look good. So possibly maybe we can feel good about ourselves. And that's what I'd like to hit on real quick, Bell. That's what I think is vibrating in this moment in time. The fact that Jupiter, at the very fucking least, if you don't see opportunities coming your way and people starting new jobs and new businesses and saying, yeah, let's make $1 million doing this. Let's hook up and do that. I got a phone call for such and such and such. This person wants to help you out. At the very freaking least, when Jupiter and Venus gets together, it's the feel good feeling of the feel good. It's the desire to be bigger. And here's the deal. It's not just a flyaway desire. It's not just oh, you know, I'm going to be president one day. No, it's a real feeling because it connects with your worth. Because it connects with your value system. It connects with the morals and the standards that you want to change in order to make that happen. That's why, thank you, Bell, round about the same, bam. That's why, Rewind Selector, Spirit said it's about stretching. Because when Jupiter comes in, Jupiter's coming in like a fat cat. Right? Jupiter is coming in like a fat cat. Like, I got all of this to make you feel worthy, to make your passions rise, to make your desire go bigger and better. You understand what I'm saying? And when I do that, everybody else got to get out the way, because it's about feeling good to do better from here on out. That's the caveat. The feel-good feeling, the worthiness feeling, the opportunities come in, but now you got to do something with it. Because Aries is about starting something. Aries is the beginning. Aries says, I already sparked it. Now what you gonna do? How you gonna follow through? How you gonna make it worth your while? Is that enough for you, Bell? But check this out, though. It also connects, as Jupiter is at 12 degrees, is the real reason why I wanted to see it, because Bell is a student. And I want to answer your question thoroughly. Jupiter is at 12 degrees. Venus is at 14 degrees. There's the conjunction. And they was on top of each other a couple of hours ago. But there's the conjunction. Guess who's right in the middle? Chiron. Chiron at 13 degrees. So you have Jupiter at 12, Chiron at 13, Venus at 14. That's an interesting double stuffed Oreo cookie. Wouldn't you say that? Wouldn't you say that? I'll get right back to you. Who is M Window? I see your question. Hold on one second. Let me finish out this thought. Do y'all get that? How crazy that is? Bell, you there? Look, when you have Chiron sitting in the middle of these gosh darn blessings and the desire and at the very least the feeling of, I'm worthy of this shit. I don't need all of these other extra pieces of information and people, and because Jupiter is bringing everything I need like a fat cat. Chiron is in the middle of that. It's like, yeah, but remember them wounds though. Remember, here's the fear that comes up. Here's the stretch that needs to happen. Here's the pain that's happening. Because Chiron says, yeah, but remember the wounds. Remember the shit that not only makes us afraid, remember the shit that was actually real years ago, that keeps hovering over you. You understand? That acts as some type of weird ass repression that wants to shut you down, that wants you to heal through a thing. That's Chiron. That's the deep breath. That's the stretch that we have to take, because we have to enable ourselves we have to allow ourselves to get the blessings of Jupiter, feeling the worthiness of it while we stretch through the pain of it all. Whatever little bit of remnants of pain that you feel in this moment in time. I'm not suggesting that you're bawling over crying right now, although the moon is in Cancer. It slid out of Cancer this morning, but you understand, I'm not suggesting that it's all about tears and emotion. Pain is pain, cuz pain is pain, and pain can quite oftentimes be invisible. And what I mean by that is that sometimes people can be a little dismissive. I'm good. I'm not painful. My life is happy. I'm living my best life. I can't stand that phrase, y'all. I don't know. I have a thing about trends and shit. I said that before, but when that comes out my mouth, I just feel regular. The bottom line is that you may be in this mode of thinking, I'm living the best. I'm doing what I'm doing. And it may be true. I'm not taking your happiness away. But what I am suggesting is that you pay attention. You pay attention in that Chiron, because Chiron will come up. Look it up. Chiron will come, Chiron, in Aries. Chiron, that energy will come up right between you and your blessings and be like, I ain't trying to be a Debbie Downer, but you got lipstick on your teeth. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but that hurts. All of them blessings that you got right now, half of them blessings probably ain't gonna work. That's the committee, y'all. It's the fear, it's the committee, it's the shit that's trying to pull you out of that deep breath. Bell, y'all get this? Yo, does it make sense? Because I'm sweating like inside. So, also, no. Never mind. We ain't gonna go there. Oh, yes, we are, motherfucker. Yes, we are. So at the same time, we got Jupiter, we have Chiron, we got Venus all in a row. Guess who comes before even Jupiter? Here's the four. Yo, here's what's happening right now. You welcome, Bell. Vesta, bitch, you better. Bell, you looking at your ephemeris right now? I'm about to kiss you. I'm about to kiss you. Vesta. We got Vesta, Jupiter, Chiron, and Venus, all in a nice little stellium, sitting back, kicking back, looking like, yo, what's happening? 2 out of the 3, let me say it like this. Chiron threatens to shake up the deal, like I just explained, but it's not to blow it up. It's to make you aware. When shadows come around, and honestly, I follow this lady here on YouTube, and she said it best the other day. She said, oftentimes when we're at our brightest, the shadows are more identifiable. And I said, whoa, I can't take credit for that. So I wanted to give her credit, and I can't think, Mystic Witch. I said, whoa, that makes so much sense. When we are sitting in the bright light of love, of light, of Jupiter, of the sun, of course, Chiron would be more noticeable. Of course, those wounds would be more noticeable, because now we're walking around bright as hell, and separated from us is weird ass Chiron sitting over there in the corner. It's like how we look at a person in a party and go, everybody else is having fun. What about you? What's going on? So our wounds are more noticeable because there is more light. That perspective, well, in my opinion, could enable us to celebrate a little bit more, because at least the brightness and the skittles, the possibilities outweigh that little bit of shadow sitting in the corner. And if that is enough, that's not enough. Like Bell suggested and correctly stated, Vesta is sitting right there next to Jupiter. Do y'all know who Vesta is? Vesta is another asteroid, just like Chiron, who says, yo, I got your back. I got your back. Every time I think of Vesta, and my students know this in the village, and when we go to the retreat, we do workshops. We do astrology workshops as well. So When we go to no, Vesta, I tell them all the time, I always have a thought in my mind when I see Vesta of a Black woman with a toddler on her back, an infant in her hand, and a glass machete. And that glass machete is like almost like invisible for like bushwhacking anything that comes into your way, that's able, I should say, that comes into your way that's unlike God. Anything Vesta needs to push back to be that spiritual warrior, she's pushing back to make way. She's the weed cutter. She got so much like courage and strength and wherewithal. She will never let you down. So if Vesta is on the side of Jupiter and Venus, these little shadows sitting in the corner should not, staying with that analogy, dampen your party or the party of others. As a matter of fact, you should just go tell Chiron, you know what? You can go sit in the back room like we used to do to the kids, right? Or they used to do to us. Go sit in the back room and think about it while we're having a party out here. And then come back out and apologize or tell us exactly why you're here. You understand what I'm saying? Are y'all following my train of thought? Or am I too out there for you? Make sense? Vesta is the bomb diggity, Roxy. You wait to the retreat. You are gonna fall in love with Vesta. That's my girl. Like for real. Whenever Vesta is in the mix, in all honesty, we don't have to worry. We don't have to worry, period. But Vesta is like that best friend that's on your shoulder, like, go that way, bitch. Go that way. Go that way. Now watch out. Duck. Ensuring that you get whatever else is around it. And that's Jupiter and its blessings and its new moral standards, and Venus with some money attached to that, because you accepted the blessings and some value and some self-worth and a new, vote of confidence. That's what we need. You're so welcome, Inky. Make sense to everybody? Somebody over here who is M Window asks, what does the moon sign mean? If you join the Village Hut, we can really get down and dirty in it. There's spots available. But no, I'll answer that for sure. I always present the moon as part of the three big obvious, which is the sun, the moon, and the rising sign. And the moon is the component of our emotions, obviously, right? But it also has to do with expression. It has to do with our relationship with our moms, and it has to deal with cleaning up karmic emotions in which we've picked up from another lifetime that we have been assigned to this lifetime to handle, to understand differently. That's it in a nutshell. All right. Any more questions, y'all, before I get on out of here? I wanted to just express that to what was on my heart, and then I'm a bounce. That conjunction is working well. It's working well, and in the general, especially on the West Coast, that stellium of Vesta, Juno, Chiron, Venus, and Vesta, Jupiter, Chiron, Venus, and Juno. By the way, there's five spaces, heavenly bodies together as a stellium in the 10th house on the west side of things. So that means people's careers are popping off right now, or how you present yourself to the public, how you want to leave your legacy. Come on now. What is that? Say what? And Vesta is trining right now the moon. That's a beautiful thing. Express that thing. Express how bad you are. L Bell. I'm gonna shut that down before Sonja start going into a whole nother realm. I hope I answered your question. Who is M Window? Doesn't seem like you're on here any longer, but happy that you stopped on through. Anybody have any questions about anything? I would love to answer. Otherwise, we're going to wrap this thing up. I'm going to make this really, really quick today. I hope any of this information helped you. Oh, it's okay, sweetie. It's going to be a quick one today. I'm looking for questions because there's not too much that wanted to come through as far as what I heard. And I don't want to be redundant and keep talking. Nah. You're welcome, Giselle. All right. So I guess we are going to pick a card real quick and then get the heck on out of here. Hello, Caddy Forte. How are you? Again, y'all got me. You might as well ask a question about anything, please and very please. Remember, there's one more spot going to Costa Rica. If you'd like to go with us, July 24th to the 29th, please click the link in the description box below the video on YouTube, or go to the link in my bio on Instagram. Who's going to be that last person? I can't believe it. I can't believe it. One more person needs to come on through. And sometimes that happens, you know. That happens. All for good reason. How am I feeling today? I feel great. I'm a little tired though. A little worn, but I feel good. Thank you for asking, sweet tea. I appreciate that. All right. No questions. Next weekend. Amen. Amen. Ashe. Amen. Ha. Be the master of yourself. The master of you self. Who's that little that girl, that little meme that goes on? Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Don't worry about me. Take care of yourself. Of yourself. That's the master. That's exactly what we was kind of just talking about. Not kind of, like on some for real shit. Wait till I read this and y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Miss Reese 63 has a question. Do the dog's birth date affect them? Absolutely. Dogs and cats, animals have personalities too. Y'all don't, I mean, do you recognize that? Yes. Yes, and very yes. And I can use my own puppy as an example. The breeder gave me her birthday and didn't even know that I really wanted it. I was like, wow, in the time? Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. This little chick, if I haven't mentioned it before, is a Pisces for sure, but she has a Virgo rising and a Libra moon. Libra moon is incredibly indecisive, can never, ever, ever make up their mind based on the emotional intersections of things. You know, when their emotions are caught up, they can't make a decision. And here's this motherfucker outside. Mystic P, go to the bathroom. She will swirl in a damn circle for about 2 minutes, y'all. I actually timed them one day. I was videotaping, like, this is ridiculous. And she just got going around and around. I'm like, are you dizzy? Well, you keep going around and around. I can't find a spot. I can't find a spot. That Libra indecision. And she has a Virgo moon, which makes her hella fucking nosy. She wants to talk about and get the answers to everything that's going around her. She is a Virgo rising for sure. We're at the whatchamacallit, the dog park. Her little sweet little Pisces self is being thrown off by the dog's roughhousing. Like, puppies do that, dogs do that. And then the Virgo wants to take care of. So she's like the straight, the literal ref at the dog park. Like, try not them to have not too much fun, but try not to roughhouse too much. You might get hurt. And you can see it in her face, like, come get them. They're doing too much. And she'll run alongside them and try to make sure they're good. I'm like, dog, it's a dog park. Go have fun. Yes. Yes, and very yes. I believe in astrology for dogs and cats and all types of animals, to be certain, to be true. And especially for those that we domesticate, because we have a way of learning, communicate, existing with them based on how we live, you dig? Our spirit, our personalities are not only reflected off of them, but are intertwined. So we are able to communicate with them in a specialized way, but they allow what it is that they're saying and how they feel and to come out in their personality so we can get it, so we can understand it. That's why it's a yes, because we need to basically understand what they're talking about through their personality. Ooh, I said that in a long ass way. How do you find out what your moon is, Wanda Fox Terry? like I've said before, that there are a bunch of websites that you can go to and apps that you can go to. Cafe Astrology is one of them, but also ALABE, I ride with ALABE.com. They have a very interesting way of devising the chart, and then they put a little synopsis underneath it so you can understand what the moon sign is in your chart, what the sun and Mercury and blah, 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 blah. So, yep, ALABE.com. You'll find out. You have to have your time, your date, and your place of birth. If you don't have your time of birth, you can at least get a roundabout guesstimation of what the planets are by putting in your date and your place of birth, and then put either 12 noon as the time or 12 midnight as the time. And then it'll show you what your moon sign is, okay? Have another question real quick before I read this card. Me and my two littles have one-sided charts, nothing on one side of the wheel. Is that karmic? No. If you take the village hut, I can express that to you in more details. But to answer your question, we call that real estate, or at least I do. And it depends on what side you're talking about. If your left side, and it depends on how you're looking at it, right? If you're looking at a chart straight away, on the left, if it's clearly on the right, my right, if you're looking right at the chart, all the information and the planets that you're suggesting is leaning towards one side, then that probably means that you're more apt to do things for other people. If it's to the left, my left, right, as you're looking at the chart, right, then that means you're more apt to live this life for yourself, and you're more of a singular person. If it's more on the top of the chart, then you are more of an extrovert. If it's more on the bottom of the chart, you're more of an introvert. That's all I'm gonna give you. Because you're asking me village hut questions. Y'all need to sign up. Sign up. But I like questions though. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Any other questions? I will definitely do a chart once my dog is born. Oh, you're so excited. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Any more questions? How do you find out the moon? Okay. That's it. So we're going to read this card. This card is, I got to show people on Instagram. This card, thank you, Elbel. It's the message that has been reverberated throughout this particular Freestyle Friday, and the message that I asked for to help us get clarity. You're welcome, honey. To help us get clarity of what it is we're supposed to be focused on this weekend. It's the master in you. If you can't find the master in you, find a master or would-be master is what this message is saying. To move forward, to continue to stretch. Hi, Tony. It's to continue to stretch. We got to stretch into the masters that we are, you dig? Let me read this goddamn card and be out. And be out. Okie dokie smokes. Okie dokie smokies. All right. The master in Zen is not a master over others, but a master of himself. His every gesture and his every word reflects his enlightened state. He has no private goals, no desire that anything should be other than the way that it is. His disciples gather around him not to follow him, but to soak up his presence and be inspired by his example. In his eyes, they find their own truth reflected, and in his silence, they fall more easily into the silence of their own beings. The master welcomes the disciples, not because he wants to lead them, but because he has so much to share. Together, they create an energy field that support each unique individual in finding his or her own light. If you can find such a master, you are blessed. If you cannot, keep on searching. Learn from the teachers and the would-be masters and move on. Chereverte, said Gautam Buddha. Keep on moving. Keep on moving, y'all. Keep on stretching. Keep believing the information that's coming to you as the masters that you are prepped to become. Keep believing in information that resonates with you, that resonates with your heart and soul. A little bit from me, a little bit from this person, a little bit from this person, a little bit from this person. Devise your own way of your own morals, your own standards, your own way of seeing things, you dig? To create the master within you. We are all our own masters. Gurus are dead. Preachers have already done what they needed to do. I'm here assisting. I'm not here convincing. I'm here sharing what is I know in hopes that some of it resonates with you and you take that and you run with it. That's what we do as we grow. Some people think, and I was just talking to a client of mine, think that they need to have certifications on top of certifications on top of certifications in order to be considered a master. No, you just need to believe in what it is that you have been given and share that shit. And share that shit. So you say to yourself, after I do the village hut, and I'm just using myself as an example and pumping my shit, of course. So you say, if I do the village hut, will I be able to read other people's charts and charge? Sure you can, because at the end of the day, you know more than the next person. That makes you a master over somebody else who needs the information. Not to make you a master to be bigger than everybody. We're not throwing ego into the mix. That's human shit. We're not talking a master, put them on a pedestal, you know more, you should get more money. I'm not talking about that weird ass competition. That's competition. I'm talking about sharing what you know because somebody needs it. That's all. That's a master over what it is you know. And they say, you got to put 10,000 hours into it. That's cool. And that's probably a thing. But I believe spirit, and I believe our ancestors truly, and how they put us into place to be a master over certain things has the higher ups over any amount of time that you spend doing something. Y'all hear what I'm saying? So as we fly in through this Pisces energy, as we are becoming the masters who we are getting hits. We are getting information. They have been talking. And whether you want to, as I'm getting dizzy right now, whether you want to believe it or not is on you, boo-boo. You're not crazy for hearing your grandmother in the middle of the night. You're not crazy for knowing that somebody is hovering over the back of your neck. Ask them what they want. Ask them to help you to become the master of yourself. Sometimes I do feel like I'm preaching. Let me read this little bit right here because this kind of just stood out. Masters don't teach the truth. There is no way to teach it, right? It is a transmission between scriptures and beyond words. It is a transmission of energy, provoking energy. It's kind of a synchronicity. You can't teach truth. You can't teach it whether it's true or not. This is true, so I want y'all to get this. No, truth resonates. So as long as you're the master of yourself, you are the master of your truth. And if your truth resonates with the next one, then you've done something. Then you've passed it on. Does that make sense? Or am I confusing y'all? Or y'all already going? Come on now. Thank you for the flames over there on Instagram. I appreciate you. That's all I got for y'all today. I hope y'all have an awesome, awesome weekend because I can keep going and keep downloading. If y'all have any questions, please put it up real quick. Please put it up real quick because I'm about to get out of here. I'd love for you to join the Village Hut. Again, all the information is on my website, wordlifeastrology.com. And then there's one last spot going to Costa Rica, July 24th to the 29th. Somebody pulled out recently, and I'd love for you to join us. Please, please. Somebody just asked, does the right ear itching in the middle of the night mean anything? So this is what I heard, Robin. I'm gonna be straight up and down because I'm fresh off of a reading and I'm kind of wide open right now. Not for you, baby. Something's going on with your ear. However, for other people, it can be, right? But for you, Robin, they speak in other ways. You know what I mean? They show up actually. You see them. You see them. And then you kind of blink and act like you didn't. You know, it's not the ear for you. Mm-mm. That's not what I feel for you. But for some people, it can be like a tintinnabulation, like the ringing of the ear, or a little feeling in there, like, but it doesn't hurt for some people, but not for you. They said, they said you need to check your ears out. To be truthful with you, I'm no doctor, so I don't want to, give you any type of diagnosis or whatever. But I just heard no. There's a woman on the other side for you, Robin. Again, I'm wide open. There's a woman on the other side for you, and tell me if I'm wrong, but she's heavy set. And forgive me, I know we did a reading recently, but I don't remember your people. I try to forget people's ancestors. But she's on the other side. She said, I'm trying to get in contact with you. She has pots and pans, and I feel like she's banging pots and pans, or she cooks a lot. Robin, this is for you. Okay, Sonja, this is what I was trying to ask last week. Is ringing in the ear way of hearing? Yeah. Oh, Giselle, yes. It absolutely is, and I didn't see that question last week. Forgive me. What was the chart website again? ALABE.com. ALABE.com. Robin, I need to know if you still here though. Did that information hit you? So Giselle says she doesn't exactly hear words. What do you hear? Just the ringing? Is it like an indication? Like you got to get up or you got to do something or pay attention to what was just said? Does it ring when something profound was said? Or, how does that look for you? Anybody have any other questions? Please jump on in here because I'm done. But I will lag a little bit to take us at a specific time. Yeah, that's right, Giselle. That's when and so look at the time and look at the numbers when that happens, honey. And then look that up to see what that meaning is about. And then they'll start to come to you. I heard they'll start to come to you the same way each time. So if it's at 111, then that meaning is to start something. They'll ring you again and it'll be 111. They'll ring you again. It'll be 1111. They'll ring you again and you'll see all these ones and it's the same meaning each time. I hope you understood that. Robin said, it was your grandmother. Yep. It just happened. That's funny, Giselle. You're welcome, baby. Yeah, your grandmother's hot on you, Robin. She got them, I'm telling you, she got pots and pans. She's banging pots and pans. She's trying to wake you up, honey pie. I'm also seeing a lot of triple numbers. Yeah, triple numbers come too. Listen, they get at us in any way, y'all. Y'all do know that. They come through sound. I was saying this to a client today, ironically enough. They oftentimes come through the senses. So some of us hear our ancestors and our guides and these little angels and gnomes that follow us and keep us going, almost like a feather in the wind. Like, this over here. No, come on over this way. Like lead us truly, right? They can come up in any ways through our senses. We can see them. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know if I've expressed this to y'all. I started my journey that way. I started my journey actually seeing them. And I told them motherfuckers, they had to come another way. Like, because that shit's going to have me like run into a brick wall or something crazy in the middle. No, please don't just show up next to me. All solid, like, you know what I mean? That's some craziness. Anyway, I'm ordering a beer and they're like, yeah, give me one. I'm like, no. So sometimes people can see them and they're okay with that. Sometimes people can hear or they get them little tintinnabulations, a little ringings oftentimes. Or sometimes people can smell. Like I smell my grandmother's perfume or her back. Like when I would sleep with her, I can smell what her sheets and what her clothes smell like the laundry soap, the powder, you know what I mean? Mixed in with her scent, mixed in with her perfume, mixed in with the food that she ate. Like she had a particular pheromone, and I can smell that, and I know that's my grandmother for sure. Sometimes people can, again, feel them, like they lay on them or hover over them a little bit, or you can feel their heat. You understand what I'm saying? And sometimes they straight up talk, like they'll say their names and shit. It come in so many different ways. I'm on my first solo trip celebrating my 50th. I'm in Paris. Oh, good for you. Always dreaming's 007. And happy belated or birthday to you. Solar return to you. Anybody else have any questions? All today's messages are reconfirming feelings to continue moving through this life as courageously as I can. And I stop listening to the old patterns. Boom, D's. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Let's go. I'm so happy for you. I love that for you. Okay, y'all, I don't see any more questions, so let me get off this thing. Have an awesome weekend. All right? Have an awesome weekend, and remember to be the master of your damn self. You got this. Be as innocent as possible in doing so. Oh, I'm so glad, daycare lady 915. Y'all be good, okay? I'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.